Ladies and gentlemen, theys and fays, weavers of all races and subclasses, welcome to this thing. We're back at it again.
Hi.
Bow.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo,
I know y'all listen only for me and me alone. Yes.
Oh, 100%, sweetheart. You're the star
Yeah.
of the show.
I learned how to read the other day, sort of.
Sort of. You've got some interesting facts going on. It's okay. So, we're gonna go firstly to Ugleo, who flew over to Otterton, to utter chaos. As you fly overhead and you hit, past the shoreline, you can see the lab currently on fire, with a cloud of what you know is stardust blanketing the lab. It's just this giant plume of, instead of smoke, it's stardust. Along the streets of Otterton, there are fissures cracked into the town. You can see some of the denizens of the town actively putting out fires, actively trying to weirdly, like, fighting summoned beasts, things like that. You feel a extreme pull of magic in the area, and as listeners know from last session, there was that surge of magic. So this is all that aftermath of what's going on there.
oh no. Do these creatures look magical? And I'm gonna worry about that later.
Okay.
As he's going to fly over towards the lab. Does it look like the this chaos, this fire, this attack is coming from the lab itself, or
Roll me an investigation.
rolling investigation? Okay, and quick moments.
Mm-hmm.
And Oi. Starting off strong. That's a natural 20, so that's a 29.
Okay. So you can't, it's not really an attack. It's like this magic surge happened, and a lot of, at least like the creatures that you saw and a lot of the things that are happening around town, it's essentially like a bunch of sorcerers just hit the wild magic table. There's just random ass magic happening alongside this fire. You don't know exactly what happened in the lab, but you do know that it's kind of strange. Like, when Ishmael was originally here, he had safeguarded that stardust. So you would think that the magic wouldn't have touched that, but I mean, I guess it could have.
All right. Ugleo is going to fly over towards the lab to see if anybody, well, everybody's in danger, but to check on his friends, see if they're okay, see if they need any help.
Okay.
As
I would say that you could see the main people there, Lafayette, Mary, and Dr. Callum, putting out the fires right now, using buckets and things like that. They that the three of them aren't really magic users per se, but Lafayette's the closest thing, being an industrialist, so he's using a lot of Ishmael's tech to help put out the fires.
all right. he's gonna Ugleo's gonna fly over towards Lafayette. Um, as he no flies down, he just frightened. He's like, "What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Oh my goodness! Did you know there's monsters out there? But what happened? I thought this place was safe. I thought this place was safe." Ooh.
And he's like actively using, like, I guess for lack of a better term, like a fire extinguisher, and it's just like, no, Ugleo, I haven't seen any fires recently. Everything's just fine and dandy. Everyone's, losing their hair for no explicable reason at the moment. But, yes, there's stardust everywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure all of us have been inundated with some form of. I will have to deal with that later. But right now, we're just trying to put down the fire that you can see in the lab. I don't know how else I can tell this to you.
No, well, most of my stuff will be helping for attack. He just goes, do you have this covered? Do you have the fires covered? There's these people in danger that are like fighting those creature things. And do you have this covered? Do you have this covered? Is it?
Yes, we're fine. Go help somebody. Do your thing.
All right, as he.
This is
gonna fly over.
This is definitely like the most gruff Lafayette's ever talked to you. He's usually very respectful to you, almost scared, but he's like done with it all right now.
Understandable. As he Ugleo shakes his head and flies over to the nearest folks that are fending off these monsters.
Okay.
And Ugleo is going to fly over about. It's going to keep himself 30 feet away, like above one of them, and the chain lightning patterns on his body starts to glow. To the same like distortion that happened in the last calamity of this lack of this like void of magic, and he's going to cast denial. Are these creatures aberrations, celestials, constructs, elemental fae, fiend?
It's a
undead?
mix. There's a mix of like beasts. There's fae. There's like shades. I think those are apparitions or something. But it's kind of a mix bag of things. Currently, the one that you flew to was like a fae scorpion.
All right. He is going to target that this fae scorpion, and he's going to cast denial.
Okay.
To make this denial existential.
Okay.
And
what is it supposed to do if it fails?
Let's see. On if it fails, it takes 1d4 force damage as its existence is disrupted. If it is a fae or any of the other creatures that I've mentioned, it takes an extra 1d4 force damage and becomes disoriented until the end of the next turn. It rolls a d4, subtracts the number, that number from the roll for its attacks and ability checks.
What is that damage?
But very fun.
Deal 12 force damage.
Okay.
To the creature.
This creature was vulnerable to force damage, so it actually takes double the damage, and you completely eviscerate this scorpion. There's like some fey goop that gets on top of the NPCs that were fighting it, but they're kind of they're not really gonna care because they're still fending for their lives with other things, and so as soon as this scorpion kind of dies and is eviscerated, they will look to you and nod and just go off to the next thing that they have to take care of. For the sake of brevity, If you want to tell me a couple of different ways of how you help, because there's like little pockets here and there, but we could, if we slowed it down, we could do a whole session of just that.
I got you. I got you. All right. So, at one spot, he's going to, if he's able to cast protection from good and evil, on one area, that will bring me down
Okay.
one side point, I believe. And at another, he's going to cast heroism here for a group of folks fighting. Again, gonna cast like unlock potential to boost up that one warrior, to make him a little bit more buffer, a little bit more competent in his sword skills.
Okay. That one specifically, I'm pulling up his name. Vinny Vorkeek is who you bolster, and you kind of know him of humans, right? Most humans are annoying to you, but this one's particularly annoying. But you don't wish ill on him, so I mean, you buff him up, and he thanks you profusely, as he like goes from a complete novice to truly being able to defend himself, and helps his mentor from the gym, the Exalted Fitness, and they're able to kind of take your buffs and help push back all of the summoned creatures, a lot of the fires, some of the weird magic. Merwin is taking care of. With that magic surge, he had a little bit of an oomph that kind of helped him be able to produce magic again. You can tell that like all magic users are sweating profusely, as they struggle still with the lack of connection to the ley lines. You do notice that there's actually some people from the university, the magic university, that they're in their robes and they actually came to help as well, which is kind of an interesting thing because it hasn't happened in a while. But yeah, everything kind of calms down, and everything, you're able to help quell the chaos for the most part. Obviously everything's still going to be in disarray, but you have a chance to calm down and do what you need to do.
As he calms down, see Ugleo kind of like shiver to himself as he like ruffles his feathers from the top of his head down, as you see the light from his the glowing from his marks kind of like cease down, as he just like takes a deep breath. He kind of like, thinking to himself that it's the first time that he's had to tap into that void, into that cataclysm, to disrupt the being's very existence.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think that you have to. Well, not this soon. Ugleo was like, face kind of with that stealing himself. He kind of like, this is a preview of things to come, and that reality is starting to set in. As he flies back over to Lafayette, to check to see how the fire's doing.
Yeah. I mean, all the fire's out. There's still like a little bit of the stardust kind of like settling, as think about like if you've ever seen the bag of a sawdust from like a sawmill, If that ever opens, it's just like a billow, and then it kind of settles really, really slowly. And so that's kind of what's happening with that stardust. They're trying their best to collect all of it, attempting to not make the entire town of Otterton addicted to stardust. But whoever has gotten hit has already gotten hit.
That's as he climbs up to Lafayette, the creatures with bad things, they've been taken care of. For some reason there's those students from the academy, boys from the academy are here.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me given how much that magic surge happened. I'm sure that they had their own issues on their island as well, but honestly, I'll take as much help as I can get. But right now, we're just trying to take care of, well, this. Fires are gone. Stardust problem. Yeah, that's. Do you have in your magical toolbox of things that you don't like touching? Is there a reverse time spell?
First time, but I don't. Maybe there's like people over at the academy that might be able to do that. I don't know.
I don't even know if it would help. I don't understand what happened with all of the protections that Ishmael had put on the Stardust. Even with the magical surge, I mean, yes, it's possible that it broke the protections, but I thought that there was also non-magical things protecting this mass of dust, and now we have all of our patients that were already addicted, and now we have patients that we don't even know about yet. We will see them as it happens. As he's talking, there is a little glint of like star in his eyes. His eyes kind of look like a glossy galaxy as he's talking. He doesn't seem like he's been affected as far as like the things that you, Forrest, know Stardust can do. But he has definitely sniffed some of the dust by proxy of just being in this fire.
Eli looks and says, Lafayette, I think you've been affected as well, but I think you probably already know that. See, I was, he kind of looks at it and says that they're heading over to the Specky Library. Hopefully they're still okay. But I need to find out. Like, I need to. As he like points over at the towards the direction. Maybe what they have in there can figure out how that wave hit here. That this is not good. It's not good. Oh, no, I shouldn't have left here.
Lafayette, Mary comes over and just kind of like hugs Lafayette. Clearly like, oh, damn, I'm so glad that you're okay. And looks into his eyes obviously and is like, well, I guess okay is a relative term, but we will deal with that as we can. We are scientists. We have Dr. Callum still, and we will deal with things as we come. I slightly overheard you, Ugleo, about the Mespeki Kingdom. I guess if you need to leave, that is fine. Go help your party, and we will be here. Researching and hoping. The notes. We don't have the notes anymore. And Lafayette like looks to her and kind of looks to Ishmael's old office, and it's just rubble. And he just kind of sighs and he's I have some. We have the knowledge of what we have in our brains. We will make this work, and we will deal with everything one step at a time. For now, and he just kind of like takes just a little little bit of the dust that's on his sleeve and just kind of like licks a little bit of it. For now, we just need to focus.
No.
And with that, we will go to Shade and Quinari, who are talking to the Council of Three. Well, Quinari's not. Shade is.
Yeah.
For the listeners, if they don't remember, Quinari rolled a 30 on her stealth to follow and listen in to Shade's conversation with Talia, who is bringing him to the Council of Three Elders.
I'm just nosy.
You are just nosy. So as Talia, is walking you to the council, she's, I know you already know, but I'm just reminding you. It's Elder Ship Whisper, Elder Verscone, and Elder Malamathekin. You know them as kind of a shipbuilder, a master herbalist, and natural healer, and the knowledge keeper. This is the person that Talia will actually be replacing when it is time for her to become an elder. But she's the one that has all of the history of the tribes and all of the things.
Okay.
So, I mean, you walk up, Talia.
Okay. Is this like a building? Is it like in the middle of a field? Is it?
It's kind of like a circle. There's usually a small fire in between where you're walking from and the Council of Three, and kind of like a grassy, I don't want to say grove, but that's the word that's coming to mind. But something like that is just a clearing that they sit in, and behind them is their tents and things. But they tend to stay in the wild quite often. The only thing that's not necessarily wild is Elder Ship Whisper is actively whispering to a tree to make it into a piece of a ship. But as the two of you walk forward, and Quinari obviously sneaking behind, Talia will gesture to the elders and make introductions, and you've talked to them plenty of times before, for different missions and stuff, but there's always the decorum of doing the introduction, and then essentially passes the mic to you and just stands off to the side.
Okay. Elders, I come before you with some questions. I have some knowledge I need, and was wondering if you guys had it.
Malama Thekin will respond and kind of nod her head and grin at you, and well, we do hope that we have the answers that you seek. These are troubling times.
Yes, the times, and I'm afraid this is going to get way, way worse before it gets better. First, a personal question.
Mm-hmm.
I was left a gift of sorts, and I pull out the part of the tentacle that seems to be mysteriously growing.
Pull out this tentacle, and there's kind of like I don't want to say like a gasp, but more of a hush on the elders, as Verscone will make some kind of like religious sign, being that this is a tentacle that is like carved with words into it, so it's not a pretty sight by any means.
No, and I know they've seen worse. We all have.
Yeah.
And I know, and I tell him, I said, I know you know my companion, and I have yet to show him this, but this is his. I remember the day became no longer attached to be a little couth about it. It's the exact one.
And you said it was growing?
It wasn't this long when I got it.
Do you know who the gift was from? Or a curse?
No.
Kind of like looks at the tentacle like this is not exactly a it's not your normal Christmas gift, that's for sure. But she both Malamathek and Verskone will walk or get a little closer to the tentacle and kind of look at it, and you'll see Verskone's eyes kind of glow a faint green, as she's probably casting like Identify or something like that.
Yeah.
And she looks rather confused. Malamathek kind of gets real sour, and she tells you that she hasn't seen magic like this in probably thousands of years.
Okay. That's kind of what I was afraid of. I was wondering about maybe someday getting it reattached if I can figure out what's going on with it. I'm hoping it's not cursed in any way.
And they both kind of shake their heads. It doesn't seem like a curse in and of itself. Like it's not like a cursed item. However, I don't know if Teddy would really truly want somebody's handwriting on his tentacle.
That's another thing. Maybe, getting that off. I don't know. This is new. This only happened yesterday, day before yesterday.
Elder Ship Whisper will motion for it to be passed to him, and he will look at it, and he will his hands will glow, and you will see the writing disappear from the tentacle itself, and it seems like it's hard for Elder Ship Whisper to do this.
Yeah.
But he removes the writing on the tentacle, and Verskone tries to put a little bit of life into it just to see if it's viable. And she looks to you and says that it could. I mean, we've done reattachments before for some of the creatures that you've saved.
Yes, I've seen it.
We can try.
I think I'm going to wait. I don't know if I want to put him through that just yet. After the dragons and everything. Let's see what happens. Maybe soon.
I cast message.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them who might have sent the message.
Elder Ship Whisper will look in your direction and say, "You can ask us yourself, child."
I was more going toward Shade, but okay.
Oh, I know.
I guess I'm gonna kind of crawl out of the shadows. And who would have sent a message to? Is that out of fear, out of anger, vengeance, to do something to such a beast? That's cruel and wrong. But the fact of the matter is, if they're leaving a message, what are they trying to prove?
Well, considering that the message seems to have been incomplete, given that it just said "You're welcome to."
But if we erase the message, then will it grow back after a while? Will it come back?
I don't know. And as far as the who, Shade makes enough enemies as it is. There's cults that are actively attempting to kill creatures in order to sacrifice to the gods or what have you. And you know, there's other misguided other beings, and magic this powerful, I don't think that it's anybody from the university itself. This was power, that old power.
Okay. Yeah, that I go ahead and put the tentacle back in the bag.
Okay.
And I kind of look at Quinari kind of side-eyed.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say anything because mixed company.
Sure.
And I look at them and I pull out the whistle.
Okay.
I said, you know, I've been to Miss Becky countless times, saving creatures, taking ones down that need to be taken down. I've never seen these people, things with helmets. Then I look over at Quinari, who has one.
Yeah.
And this whistle. And they were actively hunting us. Not like I hunt or anybody that's sane hunts. They were surrounding us. They were hunting like animals. Speaking a language I didn't know, that I'd never heard.
I think it would be Malamathekan that looks at this whistle. And as far as, I guess I go into character. As far as the way that they hunt, this sounds a lot like some of the cults, specifically an older cult that has resurfaced as of late, to what they say is appease the gods because of the event that happened, the calamity, that kind of thrusted us into this chaos that we're in now. And they revel in taking pieces of creatures that they have killed as their sacrifices and use them. And she looks at the whistle. This, though, it's not technically a creature's part. It's like they've learned to mimic the voice box of an older Tarrasque. I've only ever seen 2 in existence. Luckily, I didn't have to actually fight the Tarrasque, but once the Tarrasque had fallen, I, of course, nothing goes to waste on our island, and so when we were gifted this, we used every bit of it, and we found, and she pulls out of her pouches. She pulls out essentially an exact replica of this thing, but you can tell that it is bone, as opposed to like not, it's like both were technically bone, but this one is the original piece. This is this is the actual voice box, whereas the other one looks like it might have been carved out of like a thigh bone of some creature.
Interesting. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not sure they're going to stay on that island.
They probably won't. Eventually, when they're done with their random creature killing and they want to, I don't know, maybe upgrade, or they start killing each other.
Before we got on the boats, and while I guess whatever cult religion thing came through, they were wearing masks, they were humanoids, and they said that he is watching, and it might be the god that or the higher being, the one that we don't know the name of might be. I don't know if that's something to investigate, but I also got a mask if you want to look at it.
They already looked at it.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, we kind of like retconned that you had produced it.
Yeah, cool.
But they, I mean, unfortunately, they could mean anybody by he. It could
Okay.
be like you say, like the god that they want to sacrifice for. But
Well, and I mean, because if the surge happened through a certain point, if he's been forgotten and he's seeking out vengeance because he no longer has a following, or he just wants to at this point, the dragons are dying.
I don't think they're the only ones.
The ley lines are depleting, and there's only so much that we can do before it's completely dead. Who's to say that it won't travel off of these islands and somewhere else?
Well, and the big question I was wondering, especially from you, Elder Malamathekin, was when I spoke with Gareth. They mentioned that besides that he doesn't dream anymore, which is terrifying in its own right, something about the first beings and a nameless one.
and she's already nodding as you're talking about this. And she says the Udri are the first beings. They're aboleths. They're old creatures. They're the first ones. They predate the Archfey, the gods, even the Razatun that predated them. There is, you say the forgotten one. There is a bit of history that seems changed from my memory.
Changed? How's that even possible?
I do not know. It could have been from the magic surge that some unknown force wiped, but it just, when I think about the Udri, I can see and think of the Udri that were imprisoned, but there's someone that isn't. They don't.
Okay, so if the Udri were in prison, do you know why?
I know that the Udri were considered too evil and chaotic to be allowed to roam the plains. They were sealed away, encased in stone by a cleric. It potentially maybe some gods intervened, but that's where everything starts to get fuzzy. This Wasudi Glimtum, she starts to get like angry because she can't like say the name that she's thinking or isn't thinking, and she'll say some of the language that you recognize from the creatures as the thing was talking when Quinari like did the suggestion, and it's completely incomprehensible. That the language is just truly ridiculous. In fact, it's going to force everyone there, you, Quinari, the elders, and Talia, to roll a sanity check.
Oh, sweet.
That's not funny.
Sanity checks all around, huh?
Sanity checks all around.
17.
Oh no.
I got a nat 1.
Oh no.
No. That caused her to glitch.
She's not the only one.
Everybody say
also-
goodbye to Quinari.
Right? Let's see.
This is the first nat 1 on this.
Yeah, so Quinari, you lose 2 sanity points. What does that bring you to?
That's such a great question. I don't have my notes.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I was at
What was your
the-
intelligence? What's your intelligence?
I think I was at an 11.
11. Okay, so you're at a 9.
Sweet.
Okay. So let's see. Because Talia also has to do a thing. Because she rolled a 6. And that sucks. So, do me a favor and roll me a d20, please. Just a flat d20.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Okay. I'm never rolling with these dice again. It's a nat 1.
Okay. Let's see.
You go in timeout.
Essentially, you fall prone, screaming and or crying. I think it's going to be both.
I'm okay.
Yep. So you are incapacitated for 1 minute. It's not too bad. It's okay. It's a brief insanity.
It's a long time to scream.
It's a long time to scream. Your vocal cords are gonna be shot. And
It's
let's
fine.
see.
Everything's fine.
Talia. Oh, that's not so bad. She's just stressed. She's, in combat she would have disadvantage on ability checks, but she's looking quite stressed, which is kind of apt for the situation that's going on. So yeah. So Quinari is screaming on the ground. Verscone will run to her side, and start attempting to take care of her. And she will grab her head, and there will be a glow from her hands, but that's going to be a little bit.
Yeah.
And Malamathekam will look to you and say, "Well, I won't be saying that again."
And Shade's ears are back, like flat now,
Okay.
and he's like, "Please don't ever say that again." And as it just gets a bad headache,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, that's some." Well, as he speaks up to speak over the screaming.
Yeah.
He says, that's something we have to figure out in all this. We have to figure out why. Where were the first ones imprisoned? Do you know?
That knowledge has been quite long forgotten. I do know that it is thought of to be in a city long, like surrounded. It's surrounded isn't the right word. It's drowning, but it could be underwater. It could be under sand. It's completely buried somehow.
Is there some place that we can research that?
Well, the Mespeki library had some good things.
And we have a book we haven't gone through completely.
There's you could try asking some of the staff at the university, or even the preserve. The paladins there that have the ancient knowledge also could work.
Paladins.
The only thing I can think of there, obviously, we have the island, as you know, being a denizen here, is the immovable. There has been talks of it being considered a tower of sorts. There was some, I forget his name, and that's the DM talking. Let me scroll up.
I have stopped screaming at this point, correct?
Yes, you have.
Sweet.
Let me go to do.
She's actually been role playing it the whole time, but with her mic off.
I'm just like whisper screaming.
That would definitely hurt the throat.
Just a wee bit. Ragnar Ironheart. He made some interesting discoveries with his machine. I believe he called it a submersible. He was working with Ishmael of Otterton before Ishmael's poorly timed death. But Ragnar Ironheart still is alive and well, from what I understand. And he said that he had seen the unmoved as more of a tower. I have not wanted to send anyone to see if that was what we think or not.
Well, wish us luck. And Shade stands up and kind of bows his head respectfully. And he looks at Quinari. He's like, "You okay?"
I will be eventually. It's something to growing pains.
Yeah. Anything else for these fine individuals?
Thank you for your time. Sorry for intruding on your meeting situation. I can't sing for days. And just out of general curiosity, what do you think would happen if I put the helm on?
It has properties of the dragon that was killed to use it. It's not something I would do, but it does provide some benefits to those cultists that wear them. I suppose now that, since you aren't the one that killed the dragon, I suppose that it's a fine bounty. At least it could still be of use in its afterlife.
Okay.
All right.
And
I
curtsy.
Okay.
Because I don't know what else to do, so I
Sure.
give like a big, dramatic flourish. And
They will. All three of them will chuckle at that, because it's not. There's formality, but that's a little above what they're used to.
Yeah.
But Elder Ship Whisper will look to Shade, and he will say that at one point I tried to swim down to the unmoved, and it's near impossible to get down there. You are not prepared.
Well, we're gonna have to go see Ragnar first.
one more question: do y'all give swimming lessons? I think out of anybody to learn from, it'd be y'all.
Talia will perk up after kind of coming to and clearing her thoughts a little bit. And she said, I would love to teach you how to swim.
Okay, that's the last question. Thank you.
And Talia will kind of like usher the two of you away and give the formal goodbye to the elders as she walks with the both of you back to the sleep hut.
Yeah. Not prepared is an understatement. Now I'm going to have a small conversation with Quinari.
Go for it.
Have at thee.
Don't ever sneak around and listen to my conversations again.
How about you be more open and honest with me the next time?
All you had to do was ask.
You're not.
I would have said no, but it'd have been nice. Some things not everybody needs to know. When it comes to me and my companion, not everybody needs to know.
And when it comes to you and your companion, I let it be. But knowing that you have a displacer piece, knowing my background, I'm going to be a little bit worried for your displacer place too.
So, now you know. I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself.
Well, since, I was being a little nosy, I'll give you a piece of information. I grew up on a beast farm. And displacer beasts were among some of the ones that we cared for. So I hold a very special place in my heart for you taking care of Teddy like that.
Teddy's my family.
And I understand that, and you're trying to protect your family. I did the same, and that's how I ended up on this island.
Well,
And I'm gonna walk away.
okay.
Cool. So you guys eventually get back to the sleep hut. I assume at this point you go to sleep. There's not really a lot more that you need to do unless you have something.
Yeah. No.
So as far as the first beings, you know of pretty much every, this is with a 98 D100. This is kind of how I deal with, for the listeners, this is how I deal with knowing whether or not something's in a book. Roll a D100. If it's high, it's in there. If it's low, it's not in there. But you have like a list of the elder beings that were encased in stone, that were too evil, too chaotic. And I will copy and paste those into the chat for you. And then you also know of a Primfist, whose name literally translates to the first, who is one of the few Udri that has imparted some history to inhabitants of the material plane. Originally in this book, it says that his whereabouts are kept hidden per his request, but it does say that he's welcome to talk to those who find him. And the last little bit of information there is that the chaotic evil Udri that were encased in stone, they were put into a sunken city. So it is likely underwater.
Oh. So I do know about the sunken city, correct?
I'm sure with you reading books, you know of Ragnar Ironheart, and knowing that he had a submersible and found that the unmoved island was actually algae on top of a tower of gigantic proportions.
Gigantic. All right, so I'm gonna assume that I did put two and two together, like my character rather, not
For
me,
sure.
but my character. Okay,
Yeah.
cool beans. All right, so as I'm reading the book, I'm making notes on the side, kind of like key notes of like, okay, this is important information. I definitely need to let everybody know about this and so forth. I do that basically until I am unconscious and sleeping on top
Yep.
of the book.
You go to sleep, or pass out, writing notes. I would like for you to give me an insanity check, please.
Is that plus my intelligence or is it just a raw d20?
It's plus your intelligence.
All right.
So
Where's
you
my
should be able
intelligence
to make
modifier?
it. I hope.
My intelligence modifier is +3.
Okay.
I got a 13. Does that pass?
That does not pass.
Oh no! You
13
jinxed
doesn't
me.
pass?
See, this
Ooh.
is what happens when you're like, oh,
Wow.
you should be able to.
I know, right? So on your notes, I'm sending another little chat. You just write that gobbledygook on your paper.
Instead of the original.
No, you write everything else. This is something that you passed out, and your hand wrote that.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I don't know what it means though.
Yeah. Make
Cool's
sure to
not
take.
the word I would use for that.
Make sure to take
I
one
know. I
sanity
actually
point.
wonder.
I'm talking.
Make sure to take one sanity point away from your sanity
Yes.
marker. Now you can talk.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm 13. 13 out of 13.
I'm sorry. But I wonder. This is just me as a
Oh.
player talking, not my character. If that translates to anything.
Does it?
Well, also just
Yeah, I'm sure it's
important, really quick.
Yes.
We did all get a +1 to our insanity last session, so I don't know if that goes like when Quinari said, "Yeah, I think I have a whatever." I don't know if they included that +1 in that whatever.
Should have been.
Honestly, I don't remember what it was at last session. I wrote it down, and do I find where I wrote it down?
Well,
No.
too bad. Set a 9 now.
Yep. So if I
Okay.
go digging and I find my notes, then that'll change. But that's gonna happen at the bathroom break. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, but speaking of that, I drank entirely too much before this session, so I would like at least a 5-minute bathroom break right now. I'll be right back. So everybody wakes up. It is a new day, a new dawn, a new life. What is everybody doing?
I'm feeling good.
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, your voice is a little fucked. You're a little scratchy, but otherwise, you're feeling okay. Your brain's not scrambled, so that's nice.
Okay. I'm straight to the common room to
Sure.
get breakfast going. Get some food.
Oh yeah, I mean, food's already prepared. Like clearly, yeah, you guys have had a bad day. Talia has let Keen know, like, hey, like, I don't care what happens. They get whatever the fuck they want at this point. And like when you walk in, Talia is already drinking alcohol this morning.
Ooh, shitty. It's gonna be one of those
It's
days.
medicinal.
It's medicinal.
I'm gonna follow suit
Yeah.
with her and drink.
Yeah, Keen gives you a cup and looks at you dead in the eye and just says, I made it a lot less strong for you.
I appreciate
A lot,
that,
a lot.
'cause- but as long as I still feel something, that's what matters.
Oh, you will.
Thank you, ma'am.
And as people come down, I'm sure Harrye will wake up Chaddious and bring them down.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I hope you had a restful night's sleep. First order of business, I do think. Are we in a place where we can check on that burning university?
Well, it's on a different island, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming the owl will be back
I
soon.
do hope so. I miss my teacher very much.
I mean, he flew towards a burning building, so I don't think that assumption is valid. Does anybody have a
that's
way to
actually a good
communicate
question.
with the other island?
Well, I mean, owls are fireproof.
Okay,
Ugleo, would
that's
you?
not true.
Right.
No, they are. I've witnessed owls.
Ugleo, would you have gone? Would you had as soon as you talked to Lafayette, would you have just immediately gone straight back?
First, Ugleo is going to gather up any like evidence slash like from like the runes,
Mm-hmm.
just so that he can have a frame of reference of like what like this thing is able to like go through the magical protections of this. I'm gonna take some of these magical protections with me, or at least a piece of those, and like use it to study when we ever get to this source. You know what I mean? Leo does fly back.
Okay.
See, I told you.
He does bring like some of those like remnants of the protection rune stuff, but
Fireproof.
yeah,
telling
flies
you.
back.
Birds are fireproof.
So I would think that maybe like after everyone shows up into the main room, after all of this nonsense happens, that Ugleo does make it back to the island, but you're pretty fucking tired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't rested yet.
As a matter of fact, that leaves us to you getting a level of exhaustion there, bud, because you missed a day of sleep.
Oh,
I guess
Lucy,
dealing with a
Ugleo.
DM is like dealing with a cop. You never volunteer information.
yeah, that's much needed information. Well, exhaustion. I haven't dealt with that in a good while.
I think the first one is just disadvantage on ability checks.
Just fucking. But he flies back. Of course, looking very, very worse for wear. Do I?
Ugleo, you're back.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Did you tell these people that you're fireproof?
What? Fireproof? I'm not a phoenix.
What is a phoenix?
Just
Phoenix?
told you what a phoenix was,
Well,
darling.
yeah, but what does it look like?
I gave a description as well. I did I give a description, Shade?
You did.
Okay.
You
It's
did.
a red bird, right? And when it dies, it lights on fire and it just big flames,
Mhm.
right? And then it gets reborn. Not all birds are phoenixes, but phoenixes are a type of bird.
There's different types of birds.
One might argue that a phoenix is a fire elemental. But that depends on its biology and where it's born from. But
Those are a lot of
semantics.
words. Ugleo.
I'm gonna. I noticed Dis is missing, so I'm gonna go up to Dis's room.
As he's doing that, Ugleo is going to cast. He's going to use his last side points to cast Greater Restoration on himself and remove that fucking exhaustion away from me. Oh wait, hold up! I don't even have to make it because I have State of Mind as my part of Transcended Mind, which means that I can ignore effects of heat or cold, hold my breath. Wait, no. Hold my breath for twice as long as normal and can go twice as long without eating or sleeping before suffering exhaustion.
Heyo. All right.
What? I want that. Can I be a bird? I want.
Nope.
Yeah. You gotta like tap into your inner mind, man. You know.
All
I'm
right.
having trouble tapping
I'll
into
remember
my
that
current
later.
mind. I don't think I can tap into the inner one.
Shit. Half the time I can't tap into my in real life brain. Like, what was I thinking about? All right. So okay. Retcon that Ugleo didn't get a level of exhaustion because of that little thing. So that's cool. I guess. Shade, you knock on Dis's door. Dis, do you answer?
I'm just really focused on trying to decipher what I wrote down, and so like I'm just like going back from the book to looking at what I wrote down and what I'm assuming was my sleep, because I have no memory of writing that down at all.
Absolutely. And there's also nothing in the book that resembles that.
Yeah, and so like I'm just like very madly going through the pages, just really quickly. Like, no, this doesn't fucking make sense. Like, where did this information come from? Why did I write this down? Is that my handwriting? Yes, it is my handwriting. It has to be my handwriting. And I'm just like going back and forth like that, talking to myself, trying to figure out what it just happened.
But yeah, so there's a knocking at the door. Are you just making the noises of like, is this what I wrote down?
Yeah,
And
like
you're
I'm too focused on trying to
Okay.
figure this out.
With your passive perception, Shade, you can hear her mumbling to herself in the room. Do
Okay,
without
so
permission.
I crack the door and say, I'm coming in.
No.
This love.
I'm still talking to myself. I'm just like, okay, so this
She's going down a rabbit hole.
makes sense.
Mhm.
And I'm like holding, like I'm like massaging my temples and holding my head. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, why would this happen? I don't believe in messages coming through dreams. That's stupid. So
I very slowly, like dealing with an animal, and very calmly walk into the room and sit down.
Mhm.
You know, kind of on her where she fell asleep and stuff, right beside her.
Sure.
And this.
it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, Fade. It doesn't make
I-
sense.
I know it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't have to right this second. Remember,
Why?
we have things to do.
This is one of them. We're
Yes.
trying to figure out.
And we can figure it out, but we need to talk to everybody.
Can
I know you
say
don't like
something?
to.
If you feel like it, sure.
I know you don't like to talk to everybody all the time. But it's me.
I mean, I can tell you what I figured out. I read the book yesterday up until I
Well,
fell asleep.
Let's tell everybody.
Okay.
Okay? That way we ain't got to say it more than once. So come on.
Did I hear that door squeak like in the game?
I mean, I rolled a 16.
You absolutely
come
heard
in?
that. You
Yeah,
hear,
we both heard that.
you hear
Passive perception.
you hear the floorboards creak underneath Quinari.
Hey.
I
I brought breakfast.
We're coming down. We'll be down in a second.
All right.
I'm just like still glaring at her. Like it's not like a full-on glare, but it's a like a I don't know if I like you kind of stare, but at the same time, I know I need to be nice. And so it's like a mix of that. Like I'm just you came into my room.
Well, I was trying to bring breakfast, so.
And I kind of look at Quinari and just kind of nod my head. Thank you. We'll be down in just a second. I promise.
I'm gonna go, but in reality, I'm just gonna go around the corner.
Okay.
So I stand up with her with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. She like bites off a piece of skin from her nail, like the cuticles or whatever, and just spits it, and she's like, "Okay, let's go."
Come on. Good.
Okay. So y'all make it downstairs. Everyone else is there waiting for you. Chad is like 3 plates into bacon.
Just bacon. Because pigs can
Pigs
swim.
can swim. It's a fact.
They can fly too.
Yes, you're awake.
Morning.
How's everything going? How do you feel?
I have information. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, let's listen to, and I say, okay, I'll start. I'll tell you what the elders told us about this. Yes.
Wait. Before you go into complicated exposition. Yes, I know how to say exposition.
I'm so proud of you.
I learned that one day.
They grow up so fast.
He answered a question nobody asked, but everybody was thinking.
I need coffee. Anyway.
Thank you
You're welcome.
for that.
Keen brings you some coffee.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I need something stronger.
It's already in front of you. Like,
Yeah.
Keen kind of already knew.
So, and I'm not going to go over it because everybody heard it. I let him know about the, Ragnar Ironheart and that kind of thing, and where we think the first ones were imprisoned.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're not there anymore.
Is it
but-
obvious?
Well, to me, thinking if it said something about them no longer being imprisoned or
The
something
only
to that
one,
effect.
the only one that they couldn't remember was Wasure Gleamtum, the Forgotten One.
Right.
As far as what Elder Malamathekin said was that they were imprisoned. They didn't
Yeah.
really say anything about being set free or anything.
Okay, so, but whatever is causing this is one of the first ones.
Could be. It's that old magic.
Yeah, the magic is that old.
Yeah.
And that's the magic that is that's causing this. So we need to look into the first ones more. And from there, I let this, what have you learned from the book?
So I explain, like the history of the old ones, basically the information that I already knew, plus the new information that I gathered from the book. I explained where it's thought for them to be imprisoned. I also go ahead and explain that because would the book have been, because it's a newer, like, I want to say I should have asked this before coming out of the bedroom, but would the book look like it had been tampered with, like maybe missing information or ripped out pages or things like that, or does it just look like a new book that's completely fine?
It looks like a brand new book.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I mean there's not much more to add than what Shade shared. So
Well, the added would be you have the names of
Oh yeah, all
the-
of the old ones.
well, the old ones that were imprisoned. You also know of Primfist, the first one who, you know, location or whereabouts is hidden, but he's willing to talk to people. Last anyone talked to him.
Okay.
And you also know a little bit more about the fact that more than likely the unmoved island is where they were imprisoned.
So Primfist, the first one. That's somebody we could try to find, I guess. I don't know if there's any information
You
anywhere.
can check my map.
Why don't you do that while we talk?
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it might have something there.
What do you know about Primfist, Ugleo? Have you ever heard the name?
Unfortunately, I don't. I've heard of the name, but
Where would you have heard of it from?
I mean, and he like kind of like stop. You see him kind of stop himself, and you see his like feathers flare.
So he looks like a
My
peacock.
it says my previous bounded person, and he's saying this with absolute disdain when he says that. Maybe the academy, but a lot of
I was about
my
to say, do I know anything about that from my studies?
I would say that Primfist is well, because you studied Primlong. I would say
did.
that you've heard the name for sure, and has probably been mentioned a couple of times by some of the older staff, almost as like a kind of a pseudo religious expletive. Like instead of God's damn it, it's like Primfist knowledge kind of thing. And so you know of that. I will say as an added thing to Ugleo, that you've probably read a little bit about Primfist in in Ishmael's notes.
and that is probably odd. You see Ugleo kind of like also sink down and says that they're most likely in Otter's notes, but those notes might have gone down with the fire. That wave, that caused the lab, that caused Ishmael's lab to bust, potentially destroying a good amount of his research there. It also caused a lot of stardust to be, well, spread, especially amongst the fires, and it caused a bunch of creatures, these like amalgamations, to like appear and start attacking the town folks.
But so if they're in those notes, you said they were destroyed?
Possibly.
Well,
Possibly.
we should probably still go and talk to the people. Maybe somebody remembers something. Because if he's giving out
it's a start.
information, it's a start. Yeah. So, I guess it's back. Does
If you
everybody
guys
got
do, I'm gonna sleep in one of y'all's bags. I'm a little
You can sleep in my bag.
teeny bit tired.
I'll make a nest for you.
Said, oh, Who offered that?
Oh, it's me, Chad.
Chaddious.
Chaddious? He kind of looks at you, and he looks at the bag, and it's like, is it comfy? As he like walks over and looks inside.
I can make a nest in there for you. Do you like?
There's a lot of rocks.
Do you like twigs and leaves? And
Anything that's soft will
Gotcha.
do.
I can. And I take let's see. I take like a piece of the fur that I'm wearing, and I just make a little like nest with it, a little circular nest. It's not very good, but it's the best. You can sleep here.
He says circular, but it's gonna be like a triangle or something.
As he's like kind of like walks over to the bag. Just to let you know, the history wasn't my strong suit, but anything outside of that, I have been pretty well studied for. If you guys need anything, let me know. I'm gonna at least take myself a short nap if I can during the travels. If I can't take any more, or is anything as urgent, no, feel free to wake me up. But try not to do any sudden noises that scares the crap out of me. So, yeah.
Boo.
No.
he looks over at Harrye. Yeah. Guys have any questions? Yeah, let me know. I'm gonna take myself a little as he like crawls into the bag, kind of nestles himself, and takes a little nap.
He is adorable.
Oh, the cutest. But I would like to point out, I would like a few swimming lessons before we head back over, just, for gets and shiggles.
Sure, I can teach you to swim.
Not from you. I was told from somebody else last night that they
That's
teach me
Talia.
that they teach me how to swim. So that's what we're doing first and foremost, and then we'll head back over.
So, to be clear, like out of character, the crazy writings in the book was not mentioned, right?
Correct.
More of some basic history, like what the elders said.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But
So
if
go ahead.
you do look over to this, she's still like looking over the book and her notes. So they are on technically display.
Oh yeah, then there's definitely a moment where Harrye very nonchalantly sidles over to her, and tries to take a peek at the notes.
I almost
see what
want
he
to make
sees.
you roll a performance check for nonchalantness.
Yes, because he's so bad at it.
Oh, by the way, I got a
Bring it.
99%. I was 1% away from it. There's their picture.
Pixar didn't happen.
It's in the chat.
I already said that.
It's in
I
the
already
chat.
said that. He did
Yeah.
send proof.
99.
It is kind of funny. So yeah, just for funsies, bonus content. Harrye, roll me a performance check for nonchalantness to look over Dis's shoulder.
Performance coming up. So that is a natural 20 minus 1 for 19.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
Nice.
not too bad. You're pretty nonchalant. Probably the smoothest that Shade or Quinari has ever seen Harrye move. Looks over Dis's shoulder and sees all of the writing. It's all, I mean, everything was out in the open. They said all the history and everything. Some of the names probably stand out vaguely to you with your backstory and everything, but you can definitely see the crazy writing that was not mentioned.
Gotcha. There was definitely like the nonchalance of like peeking over, but when he sees that and like it's like a new language that he hasn't seen, and she clearly seems to be obsessed with it, he is going to kind of give up the act, let his curiosity take him, and kind of lean in and be like, "Hey, what is
Can
that?"
I help you?
Yeah, and he's like, "What is that?" And like full on like finger in the book pointing at the words.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I don't know. Maybe my guess can be a little bit better. And at this point, I am going to reach into my pouch, grab a bit of soot and salt, and cast Comprehend Languages to try and parse this. So I take the soot and salt and kind of mix it in my hand, and basically like a gentle blow through the fist to kind of scatter across the book, which like seems to dissolve into the air, into this fine mist that then becomes translucent as it settles onto the pages.
You cast this spell, and normally, I mean, you literally just did this last night with Chaddious, you know, putting your hand on him and casting comprehend languages. It just works. The person just knows all of the languages, and for whatever reason, the normal way that the letters rearranged to something that you understand, they don't move an inch. The language stays the exact same. The only thing that happens is this extremely bright, vibrant purple light hits your eyes and your eyes only. And I need you to roll an insanity check at disadvantage.
Oh, beautiful. Great. I think what I want to do for a little bit of kind of flavoring of the spell is basically say that like comprehend language bases itself, like the understanding of the written word, off of the understanding of the author, like what the author was trying to say. And because the author had no agency in writing this and had no intent or understanding, that the spell would therefore like fail entirely. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I rolled a 2.
Oof. Okay.
God.
Yeah, so lose a sanity score. So yeah, I would think that this is like a, I don't know, maybe you think that the light gives you a headache, you know, because like it's not necessarily like you're not having to roll on like a brief insanity chart or anything like that. So it's like you looked at this and I don't know if you've ever had like your eyes kind of get tired and unfocus. That's what I'm imagining is the everything kind of comes out of focus for a little bit, and then you snap to, and you still cannot read this language whatsoever.
Yeah, there's definitely a heavy moment of silence as he seems to get really dazed before you. He comes out, seems to re-enter reality, almost like waking up. And you see him kind of grow solemn and just be like, "That is something really serious. What? You said you wrote this? This came from your hand?"
It's my handwriting. I don't remember writing it. I don't understand how this is on the page. I mean, I read the book and wrote notes until I fell asleep. It just doesn't make sense. Like I would remember writing it. I would have to be awake to write it. Yet this is my handwriting. And it, like, I've read the book this morning over and over, and I can't find where I'm going to assume this sentence may have come from. It doesn't line up. It doesn't match up to anything. And I'm reading it, and it makes no sense to me.
Hey, you're okay. It's okay. Just, there are many strong magics wielded by higher intelligences that can easily, or possibly, I'll say, dominate individuals like us. If something took control of you and was trying to send this message, or imparted you this information, this knowledge that you are unable to understand, then there's a possibility that you wouldn't remember it if something was working through you, had control of you for a moment.
I don't know. I don't. And at
Have
best,
you ever
she
been
pauses.
dominated? Magically, I mean.
So she pauses a little bit before you ask that question, and she's kind of like looking out in the distance, kind of like a 1,000-yard stare kind of look to her. And she's like, repeat that question again. I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever been magically dominated? I'm not concerned with other methods.
Not that I know of. Yeah, no, you see the kind of like conflicting look in her eyes, like it. No, I don't think I've ever been magically controlled. I'll be right back. And she just gets up and leaves, grabbing the books and everything.
Oh, okay, all right.
Head in the mist.
Where are you going?
Head in the mist.
I'm going to my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to find my journal.
Ah. Okay. Well, you find it.
Oh, okay. So we're still on me. All right. So
Yeah,
yeah.
why
So I was just here for a movie. Somebody else. So I go back to my room. This time I actually lock the door. I put both my notebook and the library book on my desk, and I go underneath the bed to find a box that I pull out, and then I unlock it with the key that I have. And then there's a bag in there, and I undo the very complicated knot that I've made to bring out a journal. And as I open the bag to go grab it, I kind of just stare at it for a bit with a shaky breath, and all right. And I start like clicking my hands and my rings, and I just go ahead and grab it, and I pull it out, and I put it on the bedside table, and I just sit on the bed and look at it, and I just stay like that, looking at the journal.
Okay. Are you trying to do anything with it?
I'm trying to work up the courage to open it.
Okay. While that happens, everyone obviously just sees Dis just stand up and dip back to her room. What does everyone else?
Harrye, what did you tell her?
We were discussing possibilities. It seems to be something odd going on with her. I really do think she should get checked, but she seems not in the mood at the moment. So I think we may need to keep an eye on her.
You don't have to worry about
You're
this.
so suspicious, Harrye. It's fine. She's okay. She's not doing anything stranger than the rest of us are. But I will keep that.
Yeah, but our strangeness is of our own volition. She seems to be enacting outside of her own will. I'm not worried about Dis. I'm worried for her, and for the rest of us by extension. If there's something that's working through her, it may not have the best of intentions, especially if it seems to possess such an alien mind.
Shade looks pointedly at Quinari.
I don't know why you're looking at me for. I was turned into a Demogorgon.
Not talking about that.
I don't know what you could be meaning.
Good.
Guys, if I get the right materials, I could possibly might be able to make a potion that can help with the domination thingy. And
Oh,
looks alright.
Good. Thanks, Ugleo. Now, go to sleep.
I want to. I mean, if we truly think about it, the mask, we don't truly know what it does. If I put it on, we might get some insight into it.
Oh, I'll put it on. Let me see it.
No, I'm gonna put it on, my dear.
Some direct testing, huh?
That
Oh,
sounds like a terrible idea, Quinari.
So you put it on?
I put it on.
Well,
Cool. You're wearing a helmet.
What does it take for me to attune to it?
You have to wear it for a little while. At least a long rest or a short rest. Sorry.
I have to admit that mask looks
Okay.
very cool on you.
At least that's a good thing.
And it's kind of like enormous on your head. I mean, this is a young dragon skull that you are wearing as a helmet. So it's quite large. For your current body that you've got going on. You're not like the size of a dragonborn, so it wouldn't fit perfectly. But I mean, I guess it does look cool. You've got the bone structure of the skull, and it has some glowing green to it. The dragonborn that are in the sleep hut do not like the way it looks. They kind of like huff a little bit. But
Mind your business. Anyway,
Ugleleo's gonna pop out his head again and say, looks over at Quinari. Also, I have a theory. We can talk about it later, but I have a theory.
So you got a good little theory now. Go to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Chaddious, he's like a full person, right?
I'm aware. I know he's a full person, but he is tired. Look at him. He needs to rest his little wings and his cute little legs. Anyway.
I'm an owl. I'm not really y'all, but I understand the sentiment.
Ugleo, how do you expect?
just-
I would
back
love
down.
him and squeeze him and call him George.
Ugleo, how do you expect to rest if you keep waking up?
Oh no, you guys are having conversations, and I'm having to butt in, and that's I'm expecting to like tell you guys about the travel and all that, but
Well,
No,
I
we're still
gotta
here.
take some swimming lessons. So
Maybe without the helmet on, perchance. I feel like it would weigh you down a little bit. Just
Talia does look at you as over her cups, and is like, well, if you're planning on wearing it, you might as well practice with it, but it will weigh you down.
So if we're like thinking about starting off, what would you? Because I don't swim at all. I just don't. So do you think it would be good to start off with it, or
Are you afraid of water?
eh,
So yes.
So yeah,
Not a difficult question.
It was quite a simple yes or no, but it is okay. Come with me. We will go to the beach, and they'll walk towards the shore, just as a quick to gloss over it. she will bring you to the like the shallows of the shore and have you stand in it, get used to the buoyancy and stuff like that. And then hilariously, she's going to pretend to hold you underwater for a little bit. And she's going to say that if you want to succeed, you need to want to succeed at swimming as bad as you just wanted to breathe. And then she's going to push you in the water.
I was afraid of that.
Teddy tagged along just to watch.
Oh, this is a
what?
hilarious sight.
Yes.
And then she will actually help you along. She'll go underneath you and kind of like do some like water cantrips that push you up after a while.
So I
and
think
teach you how
when
to swim.
I think when she originally does hold me underwater,
Mhm.
I think I would change just a little bit and make myself a little bit taller.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else would be able to notice that, but
Teddy was watching, so Shade knows. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, you get taller, your head pops out for a little bit, and then she tells you to essentially trust the process, and we'll use cantrips to hold you buoyant at the surface until you figure out your hands and legs, and she'll slowly like let the gusts of cantrip, like the water cantrips, like not help you as much progressively. And this would take probably 2-3 hours of doing this, but most people are pretty good at getting that basic stuff down, and you have to kind of like force yourself to stay buoyant with the helmet. It's definitely something that you have to work on. But Talia's you'll get there eventually. It's that helmet doesn't help, but if you practice without it and then put it on, it might not do you any favors. But what I can do is I can also teach you a little bit of magic to help you to swim around some. It won't be perfect without the knowledge of swimming, but you won't die.
that would be helpful.
And so she does. She teaches you a couple of water cantrips and one level 1 spell to be determined by the DM later.
Okay. She's gonna be shivering.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, just like get me the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I want to drink. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to play some music. Get me the fuck out of here.
Does your character know prestidigitation?
No.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. So Talia will cast prestidigitation for you to dry your clothing and get you dry, and then just kind of pat you on the back and say, "Go enjoy a drink. You deserve it."
Need it stronger than this morning, but not as strong as the other night.
Are you sure? It seemed like you had a fun time.
You know what? Sure, yeah, let's try it. Let's try it again.
So you guys walk back.
Cool.
In those 3 hours, I guess you guys do some eating, some more talking and things. What is are you guys going back to Otterton? Or are you sleeping the night and moving in the morning? What's the plan?
Let's go to Otterton. If I can get Dis out of the room, we'll go to Otterton. If she refuses to leave the room, then we'll stay another night.
I think we should make a quick travel to Otterton as well. I agree. Sorry, I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in. I'm very full of bacon right now.
No, you're fine. I
He's
also
a
think
pescatarian.
that as long as this is willing to move, that we should go back to Otterton. There, I can tell you if we're looking for more information about this antiquated histories, the first ones, I believe you call them. There is a library at the academy that I should be able to get us access to.
Yeah. And I mean, there's other people to ask too. So let's make our way back. So it's time to knock on Dis's door.
Ooh, I want to knock on this door.
Knock, knock, knocking on Dis's door. Okay, anyway.
Just a moment.
You told us we couldn't sing.
No.
It was badly out of tune and not the right words.
No one knocks like Chad. Checks on this like Chad.
I could absolutely see Chad humming to himself as he goes to knock on Dis's door. So Dis, you hear humming first of all, and then you hear knocking on your door.
Just 1 minute. I rush to put the unopened journal into my bag, do the really complicated knot, which takes me like about a minute, and then put that in the box, lock the box, slide it underneath the bed, and it's like a very small box too, and put the key back in my pouch, and I jog to the door and open it. Yeah.
Hello,
yes.
Dis. I hope you're doing okay. We were thinking
I'm
about
alive.
going back to Otterton. I don't know how you feel about that. If you're kind of in a slump, or what are your thoughts?
No. How soon are we leaving?
Well, since I'm not very good at telling time, maybe like before the sky gets dark.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pack my stuff. I'll meet you guys downstairs when I'm
I wouldn't
done.
worry too much. Quinari is getting swimming lessons, and I assume that might take a while considering she's so bad at it. But you know.
I kind of reach out my hand and like tap his shoulder. I'm like, okay, thanks. I'll see y'all downstairs, and I just like gently close my door.
We'll see you downstairs.
I just go ahead and start packing up my things and into my bag.
Cool.
And I do put the box in one of my hip pouches.
We travel to Otterton. Obviously, you know, the party other than Ugleo has not seen Otterton. It's pretty much still in disarray. I mean, this is they're not like running around crazy anymore. Everyone is calm, but everyone is coming together and trying to clean up the town.
Okay. I look at everybody because it's probably getting on towards nighttime now.
Yeah.
I said, if you need to go check on something, go check on somebody. Now's the time to do it. And then we'll meet back at the bar in, say, what, an hour?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alrighty.
This just starts walking off towards her shop.
I'm gonna go check on my brother.
Your brother's which brother? First of all.
He has no idea. I'm assuming it's Vinny, right?
That's your cousin.
My cousin, sorry.
Yeah. And he was married it anyway. But yeah. So Vinny's there. If you'd probably go to the gym to find Vinny. And he's cleaning up. He's helping Thun at the Exalted Fitness clean up the club and kind of the surrounding areas.
Oh, You're well. This place looks like a hurricane hit it.
And Vinny's gonna kind of look at you a little upset because I mean, Chaddious and Harrye have had this conversation a few times that Vinny weirdly looks up to Chaddious, and kind of looks to you as a role model inside of Exalted Fitness, and Vinny looks at you and it's like, could have used your help, and that's all I'm gonna say, and he'll just walk away from you.
Vinny, I was out fighting dragon zombie people with dragon skulls. It's very hard to explain, actually.
Thune's gonna give you like a really weird look. It just like pat you on the shoulder. It's like, show you a kid. It's all right.
No, the
here's a
owl
broom.
will confirm for me. And I look at my bag. And Ugleo?
Dead asleep.
Just dead asleep.
He is asleep, so if you want Ugleo, you're gonna have to wake him up.
Oh, I don't want to wake him up. He's so peaceful. And he
Thune's like, cute owl. But anyway, here's a broom. Go ahead and sweep. We have things to do.
all right.
And so he'll go inside and start cleaning as well.
I'll start helping pick up debris and sweeping.
Okay. Dis, you go to your shop. There's a little bit of disorganization. Luckily, it doesn't seem like where your shop is. These kind of a few buildings don't look like they got hit by any fire damage or anything like that. There are some broken windows, and one of your bookshelves looked like it got sat on by something really big. Like the way that it broke, just
Okay.
kind of weird,
I honestly start cleaning up. So I go into the back room, get, the cleaning supplies, the broom and everything, and just start cleaning, picking up the books, organizing them, do what I can to basically fix my shop up as much as possible before having to head back to the bar.
Okay. Harrye, where do you go?
I think there's a moment where I want to do some research on my own, see what I could find. So I want to head back to the Humbled Scroll, take a check in with Merwin.
Okay. Merwin is bouncing around, moving things around. He's helping people. He's talking with people, trying to calm people down. Telling them that it's going to be okay. We'll get through it just like we did the event. This is not nearly as bad as it was. And I mean, hey, some of the magic has kind of come back a little bit. Briefly, but sure, but some of it's back. We'll be okay. And he'll see you and wave at you.
Harrye kind of perks up and it's to me like, the magic's coming back? Or this was like a momentary uncontrolled flash of it?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, but when the surge came through, I mean, I had the majority of my power back, and it's something that gives us hope. Maybe something's blocking it or what, but I don't. It's one of those things that it needs to be looked into. Maybe we can bring the ley lines back or repair them, and he kind of like looks at the streets, or maybe we shouldn't. I don't. Well, he just goes back to like using some magic to clean up.
Well, proper magic usage is about control. I think you know this. It's about control and taking the forces of nature, wild forces like fire or wind, of course, and turning them to our own. So if they're back, then that absolutely gives us a chance. We just have to, even if the rules have changed, we just have to understand what the new rules are, right?
That would make sense.
No,
Yes.
but yeah, that will have to take some time. And we do need to figure out why it is coming back, if it is, and what made it leave in the first place. To that end, I actually would like to help, but I do want to ask a favor of you.
Yes, of course.
I know, of course, the shattering, a lot of your stuff isn't really magical anymore. But amongst your, formerly arcane literature, do you have anything that could help me with unusual languages? Anything particularly rare?
Harrye, my boy, you know comprehend languages.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that comprehend languages doesn't know.
Do you have this written down somewhere?
No, I worry for that aspect a little bit. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't have it written down somewhere, but I know where it was written down. I just didn't think it'd be prudent to set it upon my own pen.
Well, it's very interesting to hear that comprehend languages didn't work. I mean, you studied the arts, and I mean that spell always works. I don't know of a time that it hasn't. And
Well,
I'd love to see the
I mean, to be fair, magic used to always work.
True. I just wonder if maybe it's not necessarily a different language, but maybe a coded language. I would have to see it. I'm actually very intrigued.
So my understanding is that comprehend languages pulls out the artist's intent, so it actually does pretty well with ciphers. But regardless of all that, if this language resists the effects of magic, then whatever made it or wherever it comes from seems antithetical to magic itself. There's a possibility that wherever this language comes from, whatever its source is, may be a source of the magical disturbance in the first place.
It very well
I'd like
could
your
be.
help on this.
Yes. I mean, it sounds like a really great conundrum. And I'm excited that some of the magic is back. If you could bring it to me to read, I would really appreciate it. And in fact, and he claps his hands and kind of like rubs them together. I'll have you know that some of the magic that was in my shop is back, and I have access once again to my library for some time. So time is of the essence, just in case it goes away again.
Truly. Then, yeah, I hate to be so brazen, but would you mind allowing me to look through it for some, see if I can find anything?
Oh yes, of course. And he ushers you into the humble scroll, and behind the counter, there is a hole in the floor that is a portal, and he points to it, and he kind of like smiles at you. He's like, "There it is, my library. Come, let's go." And he hops into the hole and disappears.
Wait a second for him to get out of the way and then hop in after.
Absolutely. Imagine. All right, we're gonna break the fourth wall a little bit. Imagine the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the library in the sand area, right? That's what you're looking at. You're looking at Alexander's library down here. This is way more than Merwin's lifetime of collection of knowledge. And he kind of looks up to the portal. He says, "Now, don't know how long we have. If we are in here when the magic goes away, well, it took 20 years for it to open back up. It might be another 20 years. But what are we looking for? What knowledge do you seek?
So, like I said, anything that we can find about mysterious languages, things that can't be written on paper. Oh, and madness. Madness that comes from my working theory is a being that seems antithetical to magic that can dominate the mind of a mortal. That seems rather vast, but also seems to have some pretty specific hallmarks. I think that can help us narrow down our search. So any accounts of mad scribblings, of insane subjects that seem to have their own language, because I doubt we'd find a book here that has it in its native language. It'd be nice to have some sort of tabula rasa, but that seems anybody willing to put that down onto paper would not survive the process.
So as you're like listing the different things, he's just kind of nodding his head and yes, okay, great. And he will clap his hands, and there will be a lot of sounds of like books falling, and he will kind of walk into the middle aisle of the library and come back with a push cart with just stacks of books. You didn't give me a very very specific thing. Talking about madness, there's quite a few people who write about madness. There's there's probably 10 or so just in the Sword Coast that write about madness. I have a book from Xanathar. I have Igwil's book. Let's see. What kind of ancient madness could be? Well, it could be anything, really. And he's kind of like grabbing just a dumb amount of books at this point. I guess give me an investigation at disadvantage, just because of the vastness of the books that are here, to see if we can find something a little more specific to what the party needs.
Sure, of course. I think also, as we begin, I'm going to go ahead and cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
And I want this Unseen Servant to carry a candle.
Okay.
And specifically, in Harrye's mind, Merwin brought up the possibility that the magic could fail again. And Harrye basically wants to use this Unseen Servant as a canary.
Got it.
If the Unseen Servant can no longer function enough to hold the candlestick, it is time to leave the library.
Okay, so you're able to narrow it down. I mean, you do see some real fun books. There's even like a non-magical copy of the Necronomicon part. When you're talking about madness, I mean that's in there. But you do get more knowledge books about the Ujri, being that they're the first beings, blah blah blah, knowing the same list essentially that Dis had gotten of the imprisoned Ujri. You learn a little bit more about Primfist. Primfist is probably the only aboleth that has truly been considered a good guy. Like in D&D standards, this guy's like the only true neutral aboleth. And he has found a living place within the first druids, is what the book says. as you guys keep reading, because you're narrowing things down. You get the first druids. You learn about a different continent, and the town called Wild Birch, where there is it's called the Looking Pond, and that is where Primfist has last been known to communicate with somebody.
Yeah, I do think we're doing a lot of skimming here.
Yep.
Time maybe of the essence.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like, oh yeah, okay. I'm going to like basically stuff that book into my satchel.
Okay.
Or like an adventuring backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a satchel. And like basically save that for later reading in case we have to exit in a hurry.
Okay. What was the other thing that you were looking for?
Yeah, so any accounts of any pertinent accounts of like madness, domination, or outworlder influences on people.
Okay.
And there does get to a point of like, oh, if I can get a list of like a dark pantheon of possible, we'll say, suspects that would that may wish to interfere in this way.
Sure. You definitely get a list of like, specifically the Pantheon. That's an easy thing to write down. And, creatures like mind flayers, beholders, creatures that have had in the past been shown, to be able to control humanoids and brains and things like that. So you get a list of, honestly, in D&D lore, a quite a long list of different things that can control minds. And the Udri do show up in that list as well, of course.
Gotcha. Into the bag it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we spend a good amount of time here looking for what we can, and we will. Yeah, and I'm just basically pocketing maybe like 6-7 books, what I can reasonably carry before taking those out of the library.
Okay. Cool.
Like it's not even like asking Merwin's permission. Just kind of, I thinking there's this mutual understanding of like, yeah, like clearly the library isn't a super safe place to be for a lot of this information, so whatever we can kind of carry out.
Oh yeah, no, and Merwin is definitely like, he has a bag of holding. He's like, I really hope that this continues to work, but he's like putting some different scrolls and things into the bag of holding that had been left in the library. And when you seem to be ready to dip out, he'll walk you over to the portal, and a rope will just kind of magically fall down, and he'll pull on it, and assuming that you grab the rope, will bring you up with him, and if not, he'll just drop the rope back down and let you climb up yourself.
Yeah, I join him up.
Okay.
On the way out. Rather
Shade.
not get stuck in here for the next 20 years.
Shade, where did you go?
The first place I stopped by is like the city fathers. The ones running in the town.
There's like a mayor.
Yeah, mayor.
Okay.
To see if there's anything specific he needs done, because I'm pretty well known here. So basically, I want to know if any of the creatures are causing any problems. Is there still any kind of danger that needs to be dealt with?
Okay. So you show up to Mayor Barnabas Barrett the Seventh, and his mayoral house, which is of course in the center of town. It's also the town bank, which is kind of interesting, but hey, it's fine. But Mayor Barnabas is a honey badger folk, and he's there, actively working with people. He's got a bunch of runners that he's although he's standing behind his desk, he's directing people to go help at other places. He's as you kind of come up, he reads a missive and is saying that to go grab some people and send some help over to the Arcanum. They came to help us, we can help them. And goes through and he sees you and he's Shade, good to see you again.
Mayor? Yes, see, you had a little bit of problems.
Yes, we're having a little bit of fun, aren't we?
Yeah. How's the little owl told us that you had some problem with creatures?
Yeah, we did have some of that. There was quite a bit of a wild magic surge, and it summoned some really interesting things that haven't been seen for some time, but they were all quite crazed. There was a different one person got turned into a mushroom. That was kind of funny but never mind. Everything seems to be fine. We had a bunch of people that obviously got hurt, but even though the lab had some kind of explosion go on, the nurses and some of the clerics from the preserve have come down and they're taking care of the folks. So I think everything's starting to simmer down.
Okay, good. I just wanted to check in. I won't be in town long, but we'll be here for a day or so. So if anything comes up, send word.
Absolutely, of course. Thank you so much.
Of course. Has any of the rangers stepped in?
The last ranger has just gotten probably a message. I sent him a letter. I'm sure that he'll be coming back soon, but he had gone to the Sword Coast for quite some time, or he was supposed to, and now he's coming back. So you know how it is.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know Chaddious' brother. Like I said, we'll be around. And Teddy runs off and starts playing with some children nearby, and I just kind of smile. I said, "Man, he'll keep the spirits up at least."
Absolutely. And at that point, like, another runner will come up and hand a paper over to the mayor, and he's I would love to chat, but as of right now we don't need anything, but a runner will find you. And he just kind of like reads the message and starts writing again.
Okay. I walk away and I let Teddy continue to play with the kids because
oh yeah, for sure,
as he does. And I'm gonna go to see Merwin.
Okay. As you're passing the holographic theater, the full title is Hal's House of Holographic Theater. Hal is actively working on repairing some of the other surrounding buildings there, and Hal is a warforged that he'll see you and kind of wave, and he'll go over to talk to you and just say, hey, kind of missed the party a little bit there, but
yeah, had some stuff happen on the other islands too. A little too late to come back and do this one, but I'll be here for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is pitching in to do the repairs and things, but I'd really like if you could try and convince a few people to once things kind of settle down to come and do a little bit of witness some theater. I think it'd be really good for them to have some hope again. Merwin seems to be really happy with magic starting to come back, and I don't know.
Magic starting to what?
You didn't notice that?
And I kind of feel, because I've never really practiced my magic.
Sure.
I don't do it. I don't use it because it seemed like it was too much of a hassle.
Mm-hmm.
When I can do stuff without it.
Right.
So I concentrate more on it because I really don't pay a whole lot of attention unless I know there's danger close.
Okay. You can definitely feel a thrum. Like there was a very big surge, and even like paying attention now that you've kind of honed in, paying attention to how his blue glow that is in his eyes and his chest, even though it's not technically magic, it's the stuff that Ishmael found. That is also thrumming louder and, kind of giving more of a heartbeat.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one of the things that I don't do often on this island because I really don't need to.
Yeah.
But it uses one of my spell slots as an action that's not really a spell.
Okay.
Primeval awareness.
Ooh.
And as an action, you can expend one ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you.
Within 1 mile. I'm gonna say at the periphery of the mile, there's just the faintest of presences.
Okay. Probably something I wouldn't have felt unless it was coming back more.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh. That's interesting. And a little terrifying. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll get some, maybe get Chaddious to draw up some of his posters.
He just kind of nods and starts walking away.
So, kind of like butting in here, I would most likely pop off for shade.
What do you mean?
Because I have Fae ancestry.
Oh. I mean, but you're not evil, are you?
No. Was it just for evil, though? Or was it
No.
for any sort of background?
It's any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's any.
So then, yeah. So you would see at least you'd see a bunch of different. I missed that part in the description. So you would see, obviously some of the citizens that you know of.
Yeah.
But you would also see Quinari.
Which actually answers some questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's just the build up, the things that I've noticed and heard, and things that have happened that I'm starting to figure out what Quinari is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of them, but I've known a few. So
you head over to Merwin's. As probably like at this point in time, you would probably see Harrye and Merwin popping out of the ground behind the desk in his shop.
Huh. Well,
which is definitely new for you, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
He's, Shade. Welcome. We were just in the library.
I thought you couldn't access your library.
He's kind of like actively pointing like over and over. He's like, it's working. The library. It's there. Right there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Magic's working. Right there. Magic. I did that.
Yeah, you did.
He's rather proud of himself.
Something did that.
No. That's my library. I did that.
Okay.
Okay.
What can I do for you, Shade?
Nothing. I was just checking to see if you need any help with the building. I was going to go check on Dis's place next.
Yeah, Dis's place is a lot worse than mine. I mean, I lost a window. She lost 3, and a bookshelf. I think. I think. I don't know. There was like a belay. Those like rhinoceros kind of looking things without the horns. The really big, heavy creatures.
There hasn't been any of those around in a while.
Yeah, well, there was one.
Well, there was one. There was one up in the preserve.
No, there was one, and it took out one of her bookshelves.
Okay.
It was fun though.
So-
It was interesting to see, until they had to get rid of it. But well,
Hey, yeah, Harrye. Can you get
Yes, sir.
Chaddious to make up some of his posters for Hal?
What do you need him to say?
Big event. He wants to show one of his cinema theater things. He thinks it'll raise town morale a little bit.
I was about to say, is this the time for it? But maybe this is the time to experiment with a little magic.
Yeah,
I can ask him.
Yeah.
I'll
ask him. I'm gonna go help Dis with her place.
Merwin kind of puts his hand up. Isn't Chaddious the one that did the whole lich hunting signs?
Yeah,
And
but he's
really
past
poor-
that now.
Yeah, but
We're actually-
how's his handwriting though?
It doesn't need to be great.
Oh well, okay.
we can just call it part of the art. It's fine. It's theater. Anything goes.
And he says he knows how to read now, so
Oh wow! Congratulations to him.
that's what I thought. But yeah, we're off the lich thing. We're on to something bigger. First ones. The first one.
Yeah, the first one, like Grimfist.
Yeah.
What are you doing with him?
Well, I think we want to talk to him.
Well, I mean, Harrye, you were looking for books on madness, and he just kind of points at Shade. That's a definition of madness.
I'm not
Right there.
mad.
Well, no. You're crazy to talk to Primfist. But if you want
But we heard that Primfist is one of the only
great ones. Yeah, he's great. He's good. He's a great guy. A little crazy sometimes. Makes you crazy sometimes.
Well, Aboleth.
That's very pertinent to the discussion of madness. I don't understand what your point is.
Well, I mean, but if you talk to him and then you turn mad, then you end up writing a book about madness. Anyway. There's the Arcanum does have, well, used to. I don't know how the magic's working over there yet, but they did have a portal that you could travel over that way.
Ooh.
But that was 20 years ago that they had it. I don't know if they still do or not.
Oh, yeah, and because magic's working now,
It might. You never know.
it might. Ooh,
It's worth it. It's worth a look, definitely.
for sure.
I'm gonna go help
Yeah.
Dust real quick. I'll talk to her about it, see what she thinks.
Okay, bye. Just Merwin is
Oh,
like
wait a
over
minute,
the
Merwin.
moon. Yes.
Anything else for me? Anybody leave anything? Leave messages?
No messages. Did you ever
Okay.
figure out who gave you that gift?
No.
No. Okay. Well, what was in it?
Something that I'm still a little baffled about.
Oh, okay. Well, have a good one. Harrye, those are on loan. Those are still my books, but you have a good time with those. As
No, yes, of course. I will
Yes,
return them as soon as I have gleaned their arcane knowledge.
excellent. All right, off you go. Hip hip.
So
And-
from there,
and there you
I'm
go.
going to Disses.
Okay. Back to Dis.
How much do you think I would get done cleaning at this point?
I mean, at this point, you've cleaned up the glass. You've. I'm sure that one of the NPCs would have brought glass. Knowing that you're building, since you were here, it might even be Hal that helps bring some glass to repair the windows. Hal looks at the bookshelf and goes, "You probably need a new bookshelf there." And he kind of looks at one of the other folks, and they kind of run off to go get some wood, presumably.
Thanks for your help, Hal. This definitely not as bad as the other buildings, but It'll definitely go quicker with your help. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is what we do. This is what the town's all about. He's putting in the caulking for the window and everything.
I continue to take inventory to see if there's anything missing. Because at this point, honestly, I feel like I'm just waiting for the book, like the materials for the bookcase or an actual bookcase to come back. While Hal is doing the windows, I don't want to be in his way for that. And so I'm just like taking inventory of my stock.
Okay, yeah, nothing is missing. Everything's all fine. Like obviously the books are probably covered in dirt, and there's probably some like minorly torn pages or bent book coverings, things like that, but nothing that can't be repaired. And as the wood and the shelf is coming, so too does shade.
At that point, like as I was doing inventory, I do talk to Hal and I ask him, hey, so I wasn't here for, I guess, this really fun, not fun party.
It was interesting, that's for sure.
What happened?
I mean, just the thrum of magic surged, kind of brought everything back, and a lot of wild magic just started popping off everywhere. I mean, I don't know if it was because people felt the magic and they started trying to do spells and it just didn't work the right way, but you could feel the summons of these different creatures, and attacking the town, and then there was fires, and then the lab exploded, and there was like this weird dusty thing in the air. I don't know how Lafayette's doing right now. He got kind of a face full of it. And,
lovely.
Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't smell that great. Hey, Shade. And then
apparently a Bullet sat on your bookshelf.
Oh, that's what that thing was.
Yeah.
Were these creatures mad or like?
Yes, they were apparently pretty mad.
Oh.
Oh, hey. So Merwin has access to his library.
Does he now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty fantastic library, all things considered. We just don't know how long he's going to have access for.
And your magic should be a little easier.
Yeah,
okay.
Magic seems to have returned, but we have no idea for how long it's going to last. So if you have anything that needs to happen magically, now may be the time.
Yeah. I'm guessing y'all went into his library?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Harry's like, oh, yeah.
What did you search for?
Things to help you out, actually. I'm trying to find out.
That saves me a trip.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out if whatever happened to you is somehow related to the return of magic. I've got a pretty wild theory going on, but it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah. How do you? I'm sorry to ask. Is it okay if I step away for just a moment?
Don't worry about it. I'll help Hal. We'll get it done. We'll get it taken care of.
Okay. Harrye, let's go to my back room real quick. I have more books back there, and they're collecting some things.
So we can talk about you being dominated? All right.
Oh my god. I told you I'm asexual. Yeah, no, let's go to, basically, let's just go to the back room. And the back room is where I live, technically. So you'll see a bed, you'll see a desk, you'll see a little small cooking area. And there's just like a little, very simple home. There's a bookshelf in there with some books that are not on the floor. This is my special collection of books. And so I pull up a chair toward another chair towards the table so that you can sit, and I take a seat at one of them.
Thank
All right.
you. And I start pulling out books, and they're frankly not flattering, I guess. Like, considering the subject matter, it's all about madness, insanity, different afflictions. But he's very academically starts handing you a few books and being like, well, we can compare these with anything that you may have experienced last night, and see if any of them are especially pertinent to you. And if you like, read a name of some outer being and go into a weird trance, I'll try and keep an eye on you just in case you don't, try and kill me.
I appreciate
or
that.
whatever. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I take out the paper, like the notebook, and with the page that I wrote whatever it is that I didn't know what it was, and I kind of like put that leaning against the wall, open, in the middle of the table, so that we could potentially compare any of the writings of these books that you brought to this notebook paper, where maybe somebody else has some similar words and we can maybe decipher the language, and or maybe somebody already has this phrase and we can figure out what it says.
You read about an ancient language called Miskatonic. The exact phrase that you have is not in any of the books. And when you start looking at like, if you were trying to translate, right, you would look at each word individually and try and translate what you have. All of the words that match the sentence that you have written down are like not in the book at all. Like, the entire language could have been in that book, and those words are not.
Is the alphabet in the book?
Well, the alphabet is in the book.
So, like, I could try piecing together what was written.
That would be extremely hard to do.
Okay. I'm assuming it would take time, as, cracking any new code, quote unquote, because I'm assuming... I'm not saying that this is a code, but I'm assuming that it follows the same logic as a code. Like, oh, it's something new you don't understand. You have to kind of like bring the pictures to match until you can potentially decipher what it means.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. That, like, it would be a lot of hours of research. This is like trying to look at the ancient Egyptian alphabet and being like, okay, so this is the word. Now, how is it pronounced and what is the context of it? Like, it's gonna be difficult.
That wouldn't stop her.
Okay.
She's a bookworm. This is her.
I'm just giving you the level of difficulty.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, this is what she lives for, is learning new things and collecting books, which is ever since she was young. That was how she escaped the castle without actually leaving the castle. Mm-hmm. So she just gets right to work on it. She pulls out another notebook that's blank, and she writes down the alphabets in the notebook, and then she starts trying to like compare what she's written down in the original book to the alphabet that she has, and just starts trying to like piece it together. She just gets straight to work. She doesn't really take a moment to breathe or anything or talk.
Okay. Meanwhile, what is Harrye doing? Are you just watching?
Just to clarify, did she find a text in this language, or did she find like an academic study of this language, or what is she looking at?
It's kind of an academic study of the language. I would have to like do like in real world research on how ancient Egyptian was found to be a thing. Like hieroglyphs.
So this is a scholar that saw this language and is trying to figure it out, is what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not like a Spanish to English dictionary. This is, still a work in progress type book.
No, well, I was also, because there's also the possibility of like, this is a chalk rubbing of the language, but it's just documenting it instead of studying it. But like, yeah, when she finds that, it's basically both of us kind of zero in on that and I think it's like time spent kind of engrossed in this book. And she mentions like it's a code, and I'm like, I don't think so, because it's not following the same kind of structure of many other languages. Because I've studied a few. It seems to be its own thing. Like, I think learning this is going to have to be learning a new language rather than just a simple translation.
I mean, that's not a difficult thing to do, honestly. As someone, as you say, that knows multiple languages, I mean...
No, but I'm saying that's very pertinent information, that this is not merely a cipher, but is in fact a form of communication. And
yes.
It's very clearly a form of communication that is not used by the mundane creatures of this world. It's...
Yes. No, I mean, I just said that it follows, like, having to decipher what's being said is similar to having to decipher code. Like, yes, this is a language. This is the written form of said language, whatever language that is. But it's gonna take time for us to figure out which letter matches up to which letter and what the word itself means once we've matched up all the letters. So, no time like the present. Let's start.
Yeah, and I think I'll go ahead and accept the risk. I'm going to try casting Comprehend Languages once again to see if the Miskatonic words in this book have the same effect on my spellcasting, or if that was a magical protection on specifically what was written in her journal.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the dice decide on that one. Roll me a d100.
Beautiful. I think that's a 3.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
Oh,
no. So you cast Comprehend Languages, and I mean this is worse than what happened to you when you looked at the phrase. Like, this is truly mind-boggling to you. This is not a real language. This can't be. Like, the looking at this with the spell and it just searing your brain. This is not something that Harrye probably wants to deal with at this point. Go ahead and do a insanity check.
12.
12. We're gonna say no. So yeah, knock that one down. Luckily, you had such a high sanity score that you're still safe. You're in the safe range right now.
It's definitely not comfortable.
It's not.
There is like a moment where Dis sees Harrye casting this spell. Throw this soot and salt over the page. And then there's like a moment of Harrye just throws himself back in his chair, like hands to his eyes, kind of like, "Wah!" and like falls out of the chair, like Quinari earlier, just like a solid like 10 seconds of kind of like screaming and writhing. And when he removes his eyes, when he removes his hands from his eyes, you see they're like wide and like bloodshot. But as he's starting to get his breathing under control, he's like, "Oh, okay."
I do rush to you and put my hand under your arm to kind of help you get up. I'm like, I feel like you would have learned after the first time that maybe this isn't something you should do.
You can't draw conclusions from one point of study.
Yes, I guess it does take trial and error to figure out whether something will be successful or unsuccessful, but
emphasis
I would
on
like to say that yeah, this is very much unsuccessful. We might have to do this the long way. So I sit you back down and I start brewing some tea for you. Mostly it's a tea to help with headaches, and it's also just meant to soothe in general. So
Shade would absolutely have heard Harrye exclaim in the back room if you'd like to do anything with that.
Oh yeah, I poke my head back. What the hell? You okay?
Yeah, and there's like Harrye, his hair kind of like falling over his face, like leaning so far over in his chair, elbows on knees, like cradling this cup of tea, like taking slow sips of it. But like, just doing some intense research.
Is it all good?
Well, I'm fine. Harrye. Are you good? Just ask. No, he's not doing great.
I feel like that laugh was in character, and then the dead silence was also in character.
Yeah. Whatever it is that I wrote down, trying to figure it out is going to be a little bit harder than what we anticipated. And there are dangers that come to trying to figure out what it says. So, Harrye, luckily, has been the excellent meat shield that we need him to be, at least for me, and has taken the brunt of said damage when trying to understand this language.
Okay, well, we need to meet the others. Your bookshelf is done.
Thank you, Hall. Thank you, Shade.
And we need to get to the bar to meet the others.
Why not have them meet us here?
Because that's where everybody knew to meet.
Yeah. I mean, just, have Teddy. I can even tell Amethyst to try to bring them over. No,
I'm good. I can move. It's just, I'm just gonna have a headache forever.
Oh, Harry,
his name is Chaddious.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't so much concerned for your well-being as there's work to be done. But I mean, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'll send Teddy to get the others.
Just before we switch, once Harrye does finish the cup, I do lead him to my bed and I lay him down. I'm like, you rest your eyes for now. I'm gonna keep doing the research, and then once you're not bloodshot, in the eyes, you can come back and help me. And I just walk back to the desk and start continue writing.
Hey, this is no worse than my college days. It's just a lot faster.
Nice. And now, Keys, Quinari, what were you doing during all this?
I was heading straight to the bar.
Head straight to the bar. So you get to the Ivory Tap House, and do you go into the speakeasy, or are you just going to the regular?
I want to talk to what's his name?
Which one?
The bartender?
Dondrink. Doldrick.
Yeah, Doldrick. I want to talk to Doldrick first and ask him hey, what the hell happened? Because there's been some stuff on the other island, and I heard through the grapevine some other things were happening.
You're definitely gonna see some axe marks along the tavern, the countertop. And there's some upturned chairs and things. Kaleo is still playing the piano and singing. Doris is cleaning right now. And every once in a while she'll join in singing with Kaleo. And Doldrick just kind of looks and goes, I'm getting real sick and tired of this stupid magic shit happening all over the place. There was a magic surge, and then we were out of magic, and that was an okay time for, a good 2 decades of time where everyone just kind of forgot about magic, and then all of a sudden it just starts happening again. And I had to take care of just the biggest, just the, and he puts his hands out like maybe a foot and a half away from each other, and his gnarly hands are like all sprayed out as much as he could, and he's just like just biggest rats that you've ever seen, just running around. And I don't know, maybe somebody was stupid and tried to do some kind of like practice the plague spell. I don't know, but there was a lot of rats, and I didn't like it. But now we have a lot of food, and he's just like staring at you with wide eyes.
What do you mean by a lot of food?
Well, I made rat stew. I made rat curry. There's some rat roast. I have found some rat flatbread. Don't ask. I made rat tendies. I made rat tail soup. That's about it.
So you've had some rodents of unusual size.
Of ridiculous proportions.
You got it. Like out of character, I think Doldrick would know that Quinari is the changeling.
Okay.
Is Doldrick a spellcaster himself?
He's not.
Okay. I'm gonna speak to him in Thieves' Cant and
Okay.
say, has anybody felt anything different?
In what
With
way?
With the magic, it feels slightly different to me.
Feels slightly different to you. It feels slightly different to me. I had a rat talking to me.
What did the rat say?
I don't rightly know. It was talking. I got scared, and I knifed it, and it made a tasty sandwich. However, everyone, I mean, Kaleo says that there's some new magic things, and he's having fun on the stupid piano now, and Doris' singing is a lot better, so that's nice. But, my speakeasy, I mean, my completely and totally, my speakeasy, anyway, is a complete mess. Everything's just in disarray. I don't know. It's like...
Is there anybody down there right now?
Yes.
Who do you have down there?
I got the talking rat.
The talking rat's down there?
Well, see, I thought I made a
thought you-
sandwich out of him, and it didn't work. And I gave him a job.
Can I go speak to this rat?
If you feel like it. He's a wily one. I'll tell you that.
If it's fine with you, I'm gonna test something that I haven't tried in a very hot second. Because when I got here, I noticed, with my condition, so we'd say, it hasn't been the easiest for me to put on a different mask. Can I borrow you for a few minutes?
He kind of like tilts his head and grimaces a little bit. But he's like, it's fine. Yes. Go
All
for
right.
it. Let's see what happens. Don't make me ugly.
I'm gonna make you the prettiest thing you ever did see. I promise you. You're already good looking as it is.
Stop teasing. Come on.
Alright, I'm gonna head to the speakeasy then.
Okay. Do you change before going in?
I change after I go in.
Okay.
Because I imagine that there's gonna be stairs, but I'm not gonna do it out in the open. Considering not a lot of people know as is.
Okay, but you're gonna do it like before you get into the speakeasy proper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You do it. It is easy. Totally fine.
Like no extra.
No extra appendages, nothing. You are a perfect replica of Doldrick. Doldrick, don't drink.
And no extra vitiligo markings either.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
Like you look like Doldrick.
Interesting. I'm gonna start walking down there and see what's going on with the speakeasy then.
Cool. So you're going to see a really large rat. Think of like, so in D&D lore, this would be like more of a gnoll than anything, but it's not hyena based. It's rat based. This is, it's not really a rat folk, I would say, but very close. But this is like basically as tall as Doldrick. He was playing it the size down a little on at least this rat. And he's down there cleaning up. He's got an apron on, sweeping up some broken glass and some of the like alcohol that's there. He's just trying to make it all into one concise pile. As Doldrick, I'm cleaning down here. I told you to leave me alone. You already tried knifing me once. You tried putting me into a goddamn sandwich. I would like for you to go be useful somewhere else.
I was just seeing I just wanted to talk.
Talking is not useful, Doldrick. You gave me a job. I have a job. I will do that job.
Quinari's gonna slip a little bit and be like, I understand that you've been given a job, but I need to understand what's happening more with this situation. What brought you to Otterton?
I don't know what brought me to Otterton, and why did you sound weird just now, Doldrick? And why all of a sudden you went on this fucking tirade about how you hate magic, how you didn't want nothing to do with magic, you didn't even want to deal with me, you damn near put me into a sandwich and ate me, and you just all of a sudden what? You wanna learn about magic now? What? You want me to teach you a spell? I can teach you prestidigitation. And he just kind of like throws a prestidigitation up in the air. I'm like, I can show you how to boom your voice. What do you want? We go do a little sing and dance. What do you want, Doldrick? You told me to clean up this place. And now you're coming in here. You're pissing me off. You're distracting me. I can't even fucking sweep right now. What do you want?
How well can you keep a secret, sir?
I'm a rat.
Well, rats can be very good informants. I'm asking, how well can
I'm a rat, not a snitch. You take that back.
I need you to be honest with me right now, or I swear to any of the gods that will listen to me at this very moment, I will make your life a living, non-hells, whatever fucking ring you decide to crawl into. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna try to intimidate him with this. Will you and can you keep a fucking secret?
So, go ahead and roll an intimidation check. As you were talking, he like puts both of his long paws on the broom and puts his chin on his paws, completely unfazed by what you're saying.
That's a 23.
Okay. And he looks at you and he says, I'm going to tell you one thing. I ain't been honest one goddamn day of my life. But yeah, I can keep a secret.
Fuck it. And I'm gonna change back into my elvish mask.
Cool. I knew you weren't Doldrick. You just come on. You slipped up a little bit.
I did slip up a little bit, but I'm just trying to figure out what.
I'm just trying to figure it. You can't just change your voice when you're being somebody else.
It's been a hot second.
You are by far one of the worst changelings I've ever seen in my life. Why did I get put here? Why am I with amateurs?
Then just tell me, like, tell me about you. I'll help you fix this shit up, and we'll have a talk, and we'll have a few drinks. But I want to know about you and what on whatever.
Yep.
what
No.
is
Go ahead.
going
Finish
on.
it. Finish that sentence. Come on.
What's going on? I want to know. I want to know about you. I want to know what makes you tick. I'm not here to.
I do not have ticks. I keep myself rather clean. Thank you.
I'm sorry. My verbiage could have been better.
You think?
But I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime under different faces, different voices. But I gotta say, this is a different one for me, and I just want to know who you are and what. Because Doldrick didn't tell me much of shit.
Well, clearly you don't know much of shit either. You didn't travel around all lordy. No. Look, my name is Gunk Fang's Brightpaw. I am one of, if not the best rat in all of the material plane. And he's like putting his hands like really, really showy above his head. He's like, just all of it. I'm the best rat there ever was. I'm also a really good thief. And I'm a really good lockpick. I'm a good storyteller.
So
I'm a good what are you? You're a bard probably. You look like a bard. I can see the banjo, but that's just probably part of the hick. You could sing, right?
Well, I can, but there's
See,
more.
so I could do better than that. It's fine.
I'm gonna talk to him in Thieves' Cant.
Sure.
I don't remember, because we had this conversation on a long drive, like out of character. I don't remember my teacher's name right now.
That's okay. Neither do I.
Cool. I'm gonna ask him if he knows him in Thieves' Cant.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he does. And he's gonna know all about the ciphers, all about how they operate, how they usually take some young people in, manipulate them, make them do jobs, spit them out, the whole shebang. Kind of just use you for a little bit, make a little bit of money, give you a little bit of money, shut you up, and send you on your way. Sometimes they want to keep you. It's just one of those things.
Then darn well that not everything is what it seems, okay? And if you're good at what you said you're gonna be good at, then if you got good ears, then that might be helpful for me as well.
Me help you.
I help you as well. You don't want to be on this island, do you?
I mean, it's a job.
It is. You don't sound too happy about it, though.
Well, it's...
I can give you a job that you'd be happy with.
What you got?
I got some things that just weird circumstances, for sure, kind of going on. And if you hear something weird, you smell something weird, you taste something weird, something just makes your fur stand on end.
Other than you?
I know I already do. It got off on the wrong foot. You don't give me the greatest feeling either. But if we can come to a certain understanding, then we can come to a certain understanding.
That made no lick of sense, and you know it. But I hear I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I have something
I'm
squirreled
hearing,
away.
I'm not a squirrel. I'm a rat.
I'm saying I
species.
do.
Why do you have squirrels? They're useless. Useless creatures. Seriously. All they do all day is shove their face with a whole bunch of food. They don't even get fat. How do they shove so much food into their face and they don't get fat? Look at me. I was skinny once. Then they put me in a room. The room with squirrels. And they made me eat. And anyway, he kind of like brushes his apron off. I hear what you're saying. Just if I hear something, I'll say something. Blah blah blah. Da, 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 yeah, give me some coin or whatever. This place doesn't even take coin. Why doesn't this place take coin?
That is something that I'm still trying to figure out. I don't understand it. I stopped trying to understand it years ago.
You've been here years, she says. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Then I'll help you figure it out. I'll help you get a house. Get you somewhere other than here.
She wants me to get stationary.
Then I'll help you move, whatever the hell you want.
Every time he talks to the side. He's not talking to you. Like, when he's talking seemingly to himself, he's talking off to the side, just as a matter of note. And this will go on for a while. For the sake of brevity, we're gonna bounce to the end of this conversation, because I could go on forever, but we're kind of coming up to the time. So you guys talk. You hammer out something of how you guys will communicate. He'll keep an eye out for things. He thinks you've got some chutzpah. So you've got a friend in me, kind of thing. And at that point, when you come up out of the speakeasy, everyone else will be at the normal table.
I thought we were meeting at Dis's.
No, you're meeting at the bar.
Alright.
And you're there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, everyone is at the Ivory Tap House.
Yeah, I guess I say bye to the people at the gym after cleaning up.
Yeah.
Hoping my cousin is not mad
so.
at me forever.
He decidedly does not talk to you the entire time you're at the gym. Whenever you come like sweep near him, he finds some other job.
I just follow him around the gym trying to talk.
Oh God.
Listen, there was a lich and a phoenix, and I learned to read, and I wasn't even on this island when you were attacked. I didn't even know this attack was going on until we had already talked to the dragons, and I'm just like rambling the whole time.
Yeah, and Vinny's like not even. I mean, he might be paying attention, but he's not really like responding to you at all.
And there was a bunch of dead dragonlings, and I had to vow vengeance for them, and it has decidedly been a very interesting couple of days.
I love the canonical fact that like because Chad has always embellished his stories, even though he has truly been on the craziest of adventures in these last 3 sessions, that no one fucking believes him.
Ugleo back. I finally decided to wake Ugleo up. Ugleo.
Yeah, the bunch of baby dragons said a bunch of cryptid stuff. Died right in front of me. I think he came in later. And then they talked to I think this giant. One of us talked to this giant dragon god. I think.
And it was truly a
and
massive dragon.
It was. It was very scary. And what else? Then that big explosion thingy happened, and I had to fly back over here because, well, the lab. But yeah, Chaddious. From what I've heard, I kind of had in my dream like this guy going on about the thing that we were just doing, and but yeah, he did all that. He's good, you know.
So when Ugleo starts talking and like actually collaborating, your story, like Thun and like a couple of the other people who you normally train with, like kind of stop and are like listening, and Thun is like completely flabbergasted that you actually are telling the truth for once on one of your stories, and the fact that it's such a crazy story, and we'll pat your back and say it's about time you actually became an adventurer. You know, you're a good kid. Just don't die. I mean, if you do, at least make it cool. But anyway, you said you had to go at some point, and you've been here for a few hours cleaning, so it just go do what you got to do. And he looks to Ugleo and it's just like, I don't know why you're with him, but I guess I'm happy for it.
He's the one that brought us together on this adventure quest. And he made me this little nest here as he kind of snuggles a little bit in. It's very comfortable. Got myself some good sleep.
One of the other people leans into Ugleo and is like, "Is there really a lich?"
We don't know. There is a priest dude with a literal non-existent name. Like his name has been erased. It's old, probably Eldridge. Eldridge, bad stuff. Ancient evil. It's not good.
They just shake their head and he's like, "Good luck to you." So you guys also make it back to the Ivory House, and you all
Vinny,
are...
I'm going to bring you back a dragon scale. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I have to be polite to the dragons because they're very nice people. But I'll bring you back something.
He just waves you off.
Because they're very nice people, but
Very nice people. And I think that's where we will end the session today when you guys all come back to the Ivory Tap House once again.
already.
Bo. Hey, listeners. Thanks for listening to the story version. And consider doing the whole $8 tier thing. Get the whole session with a ridiculous amount of bonus content in this session. And enjoy the time and also get some NPCs of the week in there as well. So patreon.com/this dungeon is occupied podcast. And remember to check your dungeons because this dungeon is occupied. Bonus content.
Bonus content.
Woo woo.
I do gain benefits of a short rest from that from me sleeping, yes.
What?
So I do get benefits of a short rest from that sleeping, yeah.
Nah. Yeah.
Nah.
I was sleeping in that. I was having a good ass nap in that bag for about a
Nah,
good 4
Chaddious fucking
5
moves
hours.
around too much, and you just got bombarded by rocks the whole time. You couldn't really